It rains. When I was 14, I went to stay with my art teacher from school to learn about oil paint. And she wandered across this field in Suffolk where I was trying to paint a landscape, and insects, it was very hot, insects were everywhere. They were on the painting, they were on the brushes, they were on the palette, they were everywhere. And I said, what am I going to do about these insects? And she said, there's only one thing to do, have a cigarette. And so from the moment oil paint was in my hands, there was also a cigarette, and there still is. Well, from left to right, these little self-portraits are me with a glass of whisky, the urgent need and the drinking and consuming of such. And the last one is another self-portrait with a cocktail. Whisky helps, not while I'm working, but to look at the work and feel a little bit more philosophical about it. A bit of malt whisky. Well, this skull, George, is wherever I'm working. If I'm working in London, George comes with me. The other thing about George is that he's terribly encouraging. With my very worst efforts, he still smiles. And we keep going together, trying to get a bit better. This piece of sculpture, although I made it, is one of my favourite things. It's plaster. It is the voluptuous eating of a meringue. When the meringue becomes the mouth becomes the meringue. It is one thing and one sense of movement, which I now realise years afterwards was the beginning of my sea paintings, because the sea is like a great mouth eating. Well, I have to say that oil paint is one of my favourite things. This stuff in this tube, this sexy stuff which is alive itself, is what I live with and battle with every day. The most important thing anyone ever said to me was my mentor, I mean now dead, the artist Let Haynes, who said, when I was 15, said to me, well, if you're going to be an artist, you have to make your work your best friend, that you can go to it whatever you're feeling. You know, you're feeling tired, you're feeling bored, you're feeling happy, you're feeling randy, whatever you're feeling. Go to your work and have a conversation with it, and that's how I've lived my life. And so that is why this is the most real place for me, and the rest is the rest.